So as we walk the final 9.5 miles of the glorious, spectacular Fife Pilgrim Way to our final destination of St Andrews, it feels familiar, but yet somehow a little different. It's almost as if the path knows that we are within touching distance of finishing this pilgrimage, and it gives you time to think of the pilgrims who walked this path from the same route as we started today in Ceres, as we started in Ceres, as we started in Dunfermline. Wherever they picked up their trail, wherever they started their pilgrimage, the final destination was always and will always be St Andrews. And what a glorious day for us to be finishing this trail. So obviously when the sun's out, the motivation is high, the morale is skyrocketing. It just feels like everything's with us. Probably just jinxed it now quite enough, but hopefully not. I mean, what more can you want on your final walk of what has been in times a grueling pilgrimage? But wow, as we leave Ceres, you can just make out the church there, and another poignant moment, realising, taking what this walk is actually all about. It's a trail, it's a challenge, it's a fantastic hike, but ultimately through for over 400 years it's always been about the pilgrimage. Now, the strange thing about this walk, and again in real time, just like the last video for you guys who've seen it, this isn't a weekend, so people do have jobs and busy lives, but there's nothing, nobody. Now granted, as a YouTuber making content for you guys to watch, I want you to go and watch my videos, of course I do. However, what would be a better thing, certainly if you live in Scotland or even close to Scotland, the route's very accessible. Even if you didn't want to do it in one pilgrimage, one swoop, 164-mile adventure, if you wanted to break it up into segments as we have done along the videos, it's easy to do. Drive up somewhere, park up, walk the route, get the bus back. That is literally what I have done every single video, and without fail the buses have been on time or close to on time. The parking's been free. I can't tell you the time I have not actually paid for a single bit of parking on the whole trail. So yeah, get up here, get out in Fife, get on the Fife Pilgrim Way, and let's start making use of this, what is absolutely spectacular walk. And as I have said on previous videos, as I will say again, you will very much struggle to ever get lost on this walk. Fantastically signposted. On we go, pilgrims. Now if you went and looked at the dictionary, you looked at the definition of ironic, have this for one. This is absolutely outstanding. So, talking about not meeting anybody, literally met someone. Having a little blether there, and turns out further down this walk it might not be all that well signposted. It's actually saying there's a bit where we'll come across to, and it's potentially a little bit of confusion and not very well signposted. Well, Fife Pilgrim Way signposters, sort that out. You've been absolutely fantastic up to this point. We'll see as we go on. But couldn't have made that up. Well, I could have done, because I actually filmed the guy, so I could have completely been making this up, but I'm not. And the good thing about a pilgrimage is it should be about lessons and lessons learnt along the journey, and that's a good one for you, isn't it? Like, as well signposted as it has been, don't take things for granted. Always have a map, or an app, or a GPS, some way of being able to navigate for when times get tough, which can be more fitting on a challenge which is a pilgrimage, because sometimes times do get tough, but we can always find our way. We can always find the right path if we're looking in the right places. Ah, shit. It's a little stage where we have a little bit of a hill. Should get some good views from up there, don't mind. So we summit, so to speak. Oh no, it looks fairly gentle going up. Not too steep at all. Yeah, hello, mountain rescue police. All joking aside, we won't be doing any mum roads anytime soon, let's put it that way. That wasn't that easy, and there's obviously a farm here, as you can see, the wonderful guys. You could be on your own for a little while before someone comes up to find you. So if your fitness isn't all that. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, this was to stop the sun burning me. Yeah, if your fitness isn't all that, take your time. Because that gentle little hill, a little bit of a nightmare actually, but spectacular views all around. And we are still on the right path, which we went an absolute nightmare. Imagine walking all the way up there. We somehow went off the route. We didn't. We're all good. And this must be the point that early on in the video the guy was talking about. But as you can see, the Fife Pilgrim Way sign people have not let us down. They've corrected their ways. And that is us back into glorious, beautiful. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is exactly the point he was talking about. Right. I'm going to head down here on somewhat of a wing and a prayer, and hope we're right. And there we go. As you can see, we're standing still and we are near enough right back on the line, so correct direction. That's actually a little bit frustrating at the end there, isn't it? And the guy was 100% correct in what he was saying. Got me thinking, like the pilgrims, when they did the route, like they would be reliant on obviously a map. They wouldn't have GPS, they certainly wouldn't have apps. Maybe a few signposts, word of mouth, other pilgrims doing the walks, pointing them in the right direction. But a lot of it's on faith, a lot of it's on trust and passed down knowledge, I guess. But yeah, just interesting. I just thought that, because obviously me looking at my GPS system via the app, obviously within inside a matter of seconds I could self-navigate myself back to where, well, I wasn't geographically misplaced anymore, was I? I found myself exactly where I needed to be. But you can imagine, in the middle of, I don't know, Upper Mum Road, for example, taking a wrong turning can be absolutely fatal, couldn't it? So yeah, map and compass, never knock them. Always say, always have one, just in case your technology goes down. But new age, you certainly Hiker app, which is my go-to one at the moment for sure. It can literally be a lifesaver. Like within seconds, you can tell exactly where you are meant to be. Brilliant app, strongly recommend it. Go and download it. It's worth it. All Trails is another good one. But yeah, there we go. That was my thoughts. And there we are. The guys have redeemed themselves. I suppose the point of being, and we did say that in the earlier videos, again, you just follow the absolute path of what was the original Fife Pilgrim Way, and that's how they've kept it. And there is some weird bits. We went through really busy roads when it should have been safer alternatives, but when these guys did it, didn't need to worry about busy cars, did they? The worst they're going to come along was a couple of horses and a cart. But yeah, it's nice. It has its quirky moments, its insane moments, and its spectacular moments, and very much all part of what has turned out to be a beautiful, enlightening, awe-inspiring pilgrimage. It's hard to put into words how it feels to arrive here on foot from the 64 miles we started with in Ceres to finally, well, as it happens, months and months on. If you watch the earlier video, the one before this, I explained that I was injured for a long time and had to take quite a while off, but we've made it, pilgrims. We are here. It actually feels incredible. It's yeah, it started off as just a walk, but it's very much ended as a pilgrimage, and that is the end of, I guess, the pilgrim part of this series. But I did promise right at the beginning that there would be 2 more additions to this series, being the alternative route from North Queensferry to Dunfermline, and that will be our next video.